Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for another flea market finds episode. This is not a flea market find. This is going to be stuff that I actually picked at a machine shop that had closed, and they were selling off a bunch of stuff, and I had already been there 2 or 3 times and came up in previous videos. But I actually stopped by there because I saw a car out in front of the building one day, thought that the sale was long over, and went in and found the older gentleman there who owned the shop, and he remembered me and he let me walk around, and I fished out a few things that were still left behind. One of which was this keyless chuck. It's a Rohm, R-O-H-M, Germany, and this is a 1/32 to half inch, or 1 to 13 millimeter. Actually looks like it's in pretty decent shape. I scored this for $10, and then just a lot of the other stuff was just kind of, I don't know, stuff that I guess nobody else wanted, but I got it so cheap I couldn't resist. So let's take a look. Some of the stuff I'm going to show you is just scrap that was left behind that he had already thrown in a pile for the scrap metal guy to take, but I fished out a couple of pieces. And like for instance, these nice flats of aluminum, these drops off of bar stock aluminum. Need to make a small part out of aluminum, might be handy to have. And then this was a nice score. This is a solid carbide end mill, either freshly back from the sharpener or new old stock, don't know which. There's a dead center, dead centers. These were all in the scrap pile. I got these for like $1 a piece. Dead centers. They should clean up okay. This is some carbide inserts. And I think I've got some more here in this lot I'm going to get to, but not sure what those would fit. These are these little triangle ones, or diamond shaped ones I should say. This is a nice little, probably a Jacobs small chuck. It's actually in pretty good shape on a straight shank. And what's nice is that it looks like this might be the original key with it, and that's the nicer key, gives you a little more leverage. Here's a little like Lufkin style or Mighty mag base. Couple of wrenches for insert. Oh, look at that. There's the boring bar that does. There's a boring bar that'll hold those inserts. So I'll keep those together. Another small carbide end mill. Actually, that might be carbide. There's a whole bunch of these here. These almost look like accessory jaws for a small vise. I say that because of the holes in them. And then here's just a couple of parallels, matched pair of parallels, shop made. And these 2 big honkin' twist drills, straight shanks on them. So I mean, this stuff here I probably got like that whole pallet for like $10 or $15. It was so cheap I didn't even keep track. Also, I pulled out of the scrap pile all of this tubing. This is all it's all solid brass tubing. Some of it's pretty thick walled. A lot of it looks like it was probably originally gas line pipe that might have even come out of the building itself. That was a pretty old building. I know this looks copper, but it's just heavily oxidized brass. But just to give you an idea on the thickness of the wall of that stuff, that's good usable stuff. Some of it's thinner, some of it's thicker. Even little pieces like this have a use. This is obviously part of the plumbing, but it's brass. So I paid $20 for that whole pile. If I have a project where I need to make something out of brass, a bushing or something like that, this will pay for itself in no time. I did take some of the scrap steel that he had there out of the scrap steel pile. For instance, this all thread. This is a nice, like 3-foot size chunk of all thread in great shape. And here's an even bigger piece. That actually looks like, it almost looks like an Acme thread on that. That too. Huh. Here's just a solid steel drop. This is like about a 4-foot long, thick-walled steel tubing. And then I got a 5-gallon pail over there that's about half full with all the short pieces that he threw in with it. And again, this I probably paid about 10 bucks for. So he had this tray of carbide inserts there. He had this marked inserts, $5 per package giveaway. I had looked at this a couple times when I was there previously, but didn't end up buying any. And then this time realized that whatever was left was pretty much the unwanted stuff, and ended up giving him 20 bucks for the whole lot, including this parting blade, this Sandvik Cormont parting blade holder. And in this bag are 2 brand new parting blades to go with it. Some of these inserts look like they might still be good ones. There's the ones I just saw. Some these here look like they might be more modern. I always think of inserts as they're almost like phonograph needles. Thousands of different ones were made over the years. Oh, there's a nice little insert parting or grooving tool holder. You know, they're like phonograph needles. Over the years, thousands of different ones were made. Some of them stuck around and, you know, are still popular, and then some of them just get obsolete, you know, short runs. That's a funky one. All right, well, like I said, 20 bucks for the whole box was the deal to me. I was just going through putting away all those carbide inserts, and in the bottom of the box, rolling around in there loose, found this whole pile of indicator points. They look like they might be for last words. And the last couple items from this pick were also in the scrap pile. This is I fished through and found found 8 collets. They're mostly South Bend, and they're all 6K, which the 6Ks were used on the 10K lathe. So if you've got a collet closer that uses 6K collets, you can use these collets. They're worth about $2 a piece. So, and he had this bracket. I guess he had it marked $3. Nobody was buying it. They marked it down to $1. Still nobody was buying it. And they threw it in the scrap pile. This is all aluminum. Nice thick aluminum plate. So I could either cut this up to use it for something else, or maybe even find a use for this bracket. I don't know. I have no idea what they were using it for. It almost looks like it's for hanging. It looks like they had this bolted down to something, and then maybe some kind of big tool, like a, well, you could put a big sledge in there, right? I don't know. All right, guys, that's it for this one. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing and sharing the video. Till next time, take care.